Hello and welcome to Startup Hack. Today we are going to talk about the difference between HTML attributes and JavaScript object properties. So let's jump right in. Make sure to check out the link down below because we always provide code samples that you can pull down and follow along so you can see in our project. Do you want to earn $100,000 a year? Do you want to become a software developer within just 3 months? With our amazing course and awesome tutors, you never have to worry about getting stuck. We help students to learn skills that companies want to hire. We are Startup Hack. Don't forget to subscribe our channel. So let's get started. Alright, I have seen a lot of folks using the term attribute interchangeably between HTML and JavaScript the past year. Some of it stems from a garbage translation layer or rule set doing so, but on the whole it reeks of utter ignorance to say they are the same thing. This is even more true when one considers the number of object properties and getters that don't have HTML equivalents or perform processing on the data. Element.dataset, for example, is not an HTML attribute, it's a property of element objects prototype. And yes, property can we at least agree on the basic terminology. So attribute, the key in a key or value pair used on a tag in a markup language. Property, a variable that's attached to an object. Method, a function that's attached to an object. Getter and setter, methods that behave like properties. If you are calling them something other than that or using them interchangeably, you are talking out your arse. Probably the best example of this can be found in the difference between all the different ways of getting an HTML input elements value and default. So consider this example. So HTML input element.get attribute default value returns null because its default value is not an HTML attribute. It's a JavaScript property of the HTML element object. You can see that HTML input element.value returns the current value and HTML input element.default value returns what it was set to it in the markup. And that's the fun because get attribute returns the same thing as default value. The current input.value does not equal the attribute as declared in the markup. I have lost count of the number of times I have seen people not only claim that HTML attributes and DOM properties are the same thing and have code go bits up face down because of that ridiculously ignorant claim. There's a reason set attribute and get attribute exist on DOM elements separate from their element property equivalents. It is easy to get this confused, such as with element.className, since it's a getter-setter arrangement that doesn't change the attribute. The inconsistency of behavior can, for those not versed well in the terminology of what objects are or are for, lead to this misunderstanding. Bottom line though, if it's on the DOM in a JavaScript object, it's not an attribute anymore. Stop saying that. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned the concept of difference between HTML attributes and JavaScript objects. So don't forget to subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon for latest updates. To joining our course, you can simply go to our website called startuphack.com. Thank you.